Hello YouTube, this is Course, aka Corey P. This is part two of my rant. I did part one on my iMovie, and so I'm doing part two from the actual YouTube website. I just because it cut me off and it's acting stupid. Once again, I think it's all because of I need to just basically get my external hard drive situation together and clean out some of these files, honey. Excuse me. Take off the label. I want y'all to see what I'm drinking, honey. But let me get back into it. But basically, I was talking about the vibe issue for with role models. You know, they have the role. It's like meet your new role models, and it's Candy, Tamar, Chrissy, and Evelyn. And what I was saying before I was cut off was that Tamar and Candy aside, nobody really wants their daughters to, or nobody really looks at Evelyn or Chrissy as role models. I think I think if Vibe was had the best intentions, I think me personally, I think Vibe was trying to be sarcastic. Like I think it was a little bit of a shade moment. But if they were actually trying to be the best, if they were trying to do it from a positive standpoint, I think what they were trying to say is, these women took this reality TV platform and they elevated it. Like, now they're doing other things and they're making names and they're branding themselves. Like, if that's what they were trying to do. And in that case, well, then, yeah, all these women are kind of like good role models because, as you can see, like, they've taken this platform of reality TV and they've made it work for them and advance their careers. But, um, but yeah, like I'm saying, like, honey, I don't think anybody really wants to be Chrissy, I definitely don't want anybody, I don't think anybody really wants to be Evelyn because, honey, no shade, but, she kind of like, she basically got sucked dick and sold pussy for Louboutins and maxi dresses. I mean, I'm not, no shade because Evelyn be looking fly. Like, I love Evelyn's fashions. I don't necessarily like her attitude and her whatever, but she be looking fly though. But aesthetics aside, like personality wise stuff, I don't know the real Evelyn because a lot of these reality shows, it's mostly like unscripted, basically. Like it's kind of like improv, like a lot of times they just create the scenario, like, and they just tell you to run with it, so like it's a little staged, but she's kind of a villain on the show. Who is this? Oh, Jordan, honey. It's my brother. Hold on one second. Yellow. What happened? What happened? Okay, cool. Send me the link on Facebook, but can I call you back because I'm in the bathroom? All right. There you go. Lord, forgive me. I didn't mean to lie. I just, you know, sometimes little white lies. Like I gotta stop doing that though, because a lot of times I just, it's an unnecessary lie, and a lot of times that's how you become a big liar. As you start out with saying all these unnecessary lies, and then they blow up into big ones. But anyway, um, but yeah, Evelyn, like no shade, but honey, the way you act on the show, oof, not cute. And just the fact that, girl, we know you're like a sports industry groupie. Not That's not even cute. I mean, like, I don't knock your hustle, honey. And that's how you get by. But I wouldn't do it. But hey. But then again, you never know. If I was in that situation, I might have a different thought. But yeah, so the whole role model situation, like, I really, like I said, I don't know how Vibe. I think Vibe. I personally feel like Vibe was trying to be a little sarcastic, but hey, it is what it is. I also wanted to get on the situation. As we all know, if you watch the news, it's CNN or anything, Obama has publicly came out and said that he supports gay marriage. Yay! So if I ever get a husband, I know that Obama supported it. Um, but you got, ever since then, it's kind of like Christians are doing what Republicans did from the time Obama started running to now, is like this desperate campaign in which all of this, the bigotry and the ignorance is just coming out of the woodworks. It's like they're just doing any and doing saying and doing any and everything these days, and it's like it's not tactful, it's cruel, it's borderline, just it's kind of scary, because you got these preachers out here, and they're out here like talking about putting us gays in concentration camps and killing us all, and killing us off. And it's just like, what the heck, like, 2012, I've said it, is like the year of the bigot. Like, I really do think like bigotry is making a full-fledged comeback, but not like in a way where it's like, we're gonna have Jim Crow laws. Like, it's kind of like comical, because it's like it's kind of out of an act of desperation. I think a lot of people just feel like these times are just real. They just don't know, because there used to be like a order and a system and a way of things, and back in the day, only white men ran the country. Back in the day, the gays were in the closet and they didn't say anything, and we didn't know, and we were happy about it. And the ones that were out, they were in their own little area of the world, or of the countries of the country, and nobody really went over there. You just left them be. And now it's like, nowadays everybody's not everybody's gay. I kind of feel like that sometimes, like, because everybody and their mama out here talk about their gay experiences, and I'm like, girl, like, listen, everybody can't be gay, but everybody, I don't say everybody, but a lot of people are just, people now are just comfortable, and it's becoming mainstream, and it's becoming a part of the norm. It's just like, this is a part of humanity. Like, there are gay people, there are straight people, just like there are black people and there are white people, there are Asian people, there are Hispanic people, there are gay people, there are transgendered people. We don't necessarily understand it. Me personally, I think that we should try to study, not like in a like lab rat experimental way, but just if you want to, like, my thing is like, if you ever want to get an understanding of people, of a culture, or certain things, you research it. Excuse me, you do research, you learn, you do things like that. So I think, people need to really, these psychologists, psychiatrists, all these people need to really, I mean, I know they have people that do study like human sexuality and sexual identity and all those things, but we really need to bring a lot of those studies more and more to the forefront, just for a lot of these people who don't really understand it, and they don't know what to think about it. Like, I really do think that that's something we need to do, is really try to educate people. I know, like, you can only make people do so much, because there are people who, they're just set in their ways and they just believe what they believe, and they ain't trying to hear it. But for those who can be reached, we need to reach them, because I mean, I really do think it's just all in trying to understand what the fuck's going on. Um, what else do I want to talk about? Um, I mean, I guess I could get into the whole basketball wives situation with the whole bullying, because I mean, I know a lot of people have been talking about it. It's kind of done, but I'll do my 2 cents on it. I mean, I just think that, I mean, what Tammy Roman did, girl, dear Tammy Roman. Actually, no, I stick to my original. Like I said, I'm gonna do a whole statement on that in itself, well, if I feel like it, because I think everybody's pretty much touched on it. Everybody has cursed Tammy out to Kingdom Come, and I mean, I just don't want to be another person in that parade and that on that bandwagon. I mean, I will say that that was kind of fucked up. Like, Tammy, girl, like, you didn't have to do that, girl, like that. And it's just petty. Like, okay, she talked about you behind your back, so what? Like, I say this all the time, honey. People talk about you whether you're doing good or you're doing bad, or you're just fair, you're just fairing. People always gonna have something to say, and it's, who cares? And what she said wasn't even all that bad, and then for you to just be hijacking people's stuff, it was just too much. So we all know about that. So I'm gonna get off that. What else do I really want to talk about? I mean, we got on George Zimmerman, role models from Vibe magazine. Got on the preachers. Um, what else is going on in this world of ours, honey? Lord Jesus, yes, we do need to talk about this shit that's going on in Syria, honey. I don't know what's going on with the world today, but motherfuckers is acting is wilding the hell out. First of all, we got people here. Let's get on this. We got people eating people. I mean, I have a slight obsession with zombie movies, but I like them to stay in fantasy land. Okay, girl, we don't need people coming out eating folks, eating people's faces and hearts and brains. Like, I don't know what's going on with this shit, but and then both people are black, which, I mean, not to say that black people can't be crazy, but it's just like, that was a time where black people could be like, honey, that's not what we do. We might rob you and take your money, or we might shoot you because you threaten our family. But other than that, like, honey, we don't eat people. We don't do it. But honey, these niggas is crazy. Like, I don't know what's going on. Personally, I think it's because I don't know. It's been a reemergence of cocaine, and it's really starting to hit the hip hop and R&B crowds. Like, so you got all these folks out here with their last name being cocaine and shit. Like, they changing their names to cocaine, and everybody up here talking about they sniffing the powder and they doing this and they popping this. And see, I just remember back when rappers used to just smoke weed and drink 40s. Like, I miss those. They were calm. Like, I prefer them over these niggas now, because at least then niggas, they might beat your ass if you disrespect them, but now motherfuckers trying to eat you. And I personally think is these motherfuckers are sniffing and snorting these chemicals that people are making up in these labs, and it's like, honey, I don't know, they're tweaking it, mm-mm. It's one thing to spark up a blunt and just to be laced. It's quite another thing when you're snorting something and you don't know what they done put in it, and now they got you out in the streets and they get eating folks' faces. I don't understand what's going on, but it's scary. Honey, honey, that's why I'm breaking out. Well, I've always broken out my Bible. My Bible is forever right there. It's my book bag actually right now because I was reading it at work. But honey, like, this shit makes you just want to like pray hard, okay? Because I'm like, girl, I don't know what's going on, but please don't let nobody up in here try to decide to eat me, okay? Because no, that's not gonna happen. So yeah, I don't know what's going on, but anyway, in other news, this stuff that's going on in Syria right now, it's scaring me because they're slaughtering civilians and children. Like, this is men, women and children, like, not soldiers. No, these are like regular people. And so it's just really becoming like, I don't know what's going on, but I hope like Obama and NATO and everybody gets involved, because they really do need to get this together. And plus, I think it'll help Obama in the election. Not that this is all for a political game, but you can say, honey, I stopped how many wars and civil situations in like this amount of time, just in time for the, like, girl, I don't care what anybody say, honey. Obama is a beast of a president. Like, he is the president that I love, because he gets shit done when he gets shit done, and I like it. And hopefully he can do something about this shit before it's too late, because they're out here killing folks like senselessly, and I don't advocate anybody getting slaughtered and all that. I don't have, I wouldn't advocate death anyway, but especially when it's like innocent people getting slaughtered and killed, like, that's just not cool. Um, so yeah, 2012 is a year of, not only is it the year of the big day, it's just the year of just, I don't know, like, I don't want to say, I know my mom would say, we are in our last times. Excuse me, I have something in my lip. My mom would say that. She would argue that to the cows, honey. It's our last days. We are in our last days. You better get ready. This shit. And as much as I don't want to believe it, it's girl, the folks is acting crazy, honey. So I just hope 2013 everybody chills the hell out. I personally think it's the 2012 fever going around, where people just wilding because they think it's the end of the world. But when 2013 comes around, hopefully people chill the fuck out and just live and be happy. And respect human life and respect people. Like, it'd be real funny if we just become a utopian society after 2012. I'm hoping we do, where everything just balances out. I mean, I know that's a very idealistic way of thinking. I mean, but if it happens, that'd be awesome. Like it really would. Like I would jump for joy. I would love it. No more racism, no more discrimination, no more anything. Just people living and loving. I do. Okay, this is one thing I want to get on. It's not really a political thing because that was my little political moment. I do want to get on the whole Raz B, aka Razisha, Rasputia, Rasputia Berry, or aka Raspberry, as Kevin and Mikhail said. Shout out to Kevin and Mikhail from the Scorpion Show, one of my favorite shows. I love them to death. Not to death, but I love them a lot. Um, but Miss Rasputia, honey, girl, you know, this tell all that you're trying to out everybody in the game. Listen, sweetness. Listen, girl. Sweetie pie, honey bunch. I mean, we all know that Omarion is a little suspect. I mean, honey, he's walking around wearing with a blonde streak and a Louis Vuitton mink stole. I didn't dress him. I didn't tell him to color his hair. So all of you Omarion stands who just swear that he's straight, I mean, girl, I'm just saying, like, I didn't tell him to do that. But we all kind of suspect, and that's fine, but that's his personal life. It's not my job, or it's not your job, even though you were his bandmate and his friend at some point in time. It's not your duty to out him. If he does not want to be out, girl, don't do it. Okay, like, I mean, you're gay. I get it. You're gay. You want to have some people in, so that you could, like what they say, honey, when you brought down, you want to bring people down with you. Well, this is not a down thing, but you know what I'm saying. Like, you want to bring some people out the closet with you, and even if some of these folks like Chris Brown, Bow Wow, all these people you claim are gay, Trey Songz, Omarion, even if they are gay, if they don't want to be outed, leave them be. Like, that's their life. They gotta live it, and if they want to live it in the closet, let them. I mean, I don't have to. I can sleep good at night. I know who I am, honey. And I really, like I said, I think you're just gay and you're trying to find people to be gay with, like come out with you. And so instead of just asking, honey, you're just gonna just bust them all the way out. I mean, honey, listen, stop. Okay, don't do that. I mean, yeah, I suspect some of these folks being gay. Like, I love Chris Brown. I think he's a little. I didn't actually know. I take it back. I didn't think he was gay until the she want that laugh and taffy, that kiss when he did the spin into a dip, into a death drop, and he called it the 5,000. But all the kids, all the children of the houses were like, no, nigga, that's a spin into a dip, that's a death drop, don't play it, like, don't try to pay it like it didn't happen, honey. Chris, honey, whose ball have you been attending? Because he was attending somebody's ball, or he was watching them shits on YouTube and trying to learn how to do it. Like, that's when I was like, But me personally, and even then, I don't even think he's really all that gay. I just think maybe, that just from a dancer standpoint, he's a dancer, and he probably appreciates all art forms of dance, including voguing. But he probably can't just be like, yeah, I enjoy voguing. I like to see it. I think it's kind of fly, because it's like, well, you're how you can be a straight man and you like that shit. So, you know, but I get it. You're a dancer. Dancers appreciate cool forms of art forms, and voguing is a cool art form of dance, Chris Brown. So don't be afraid to embrace it. If you like to vogue, honey, if you want to go to a house or to a ball and vogue for your life, vogue for your tens, and have a gay old time without being gay, girl, go for it. I say do it. I think you'll have a blast. I think it's fun. I think everybody should go. In the words of Dorian Corey, honey, if everybody went to balls and did less drugs and committed less crimes, honey, it'd be a fun world, wouldn't it? I agree. I really do. Rest in peace, Dorian Corey, wherever you may be, honey. But that was the best line out of that movie for me, because she's telling the truth. Let me put this in the bag, because I don't want y'all knowing what I'm drinking. And it's not even, it's like 1:53. I definitely don't want y'all to know how I'm getting down at 1:53 in the afternoon, honey. And I'm not an alky. But, honey, every now and then I do like to catch a little buzz. But anyway, back to it. But yeah, honey, Miss Raspberry, girl, you need to stop. Okay, like, stop trying to out people. One, because it's not cool, and two, girl, it's dangerous. Like, a lot of these folks, they real protective over their images, and I would just hate for you to like be somewhere and somebody blow your back out because, and not the way you want them to, because you're, trying to out them. Like, stop that shit. Don't do that. It's not worth it. Okay. And I'm sorry that you, like I said, I tweeted you, girl, and I'm sorry that you missed the mark when it came to outing Chris Stokes and the whole TUG camp about the gay shit that was going on, even though we kind of knew. Because I'm sorry, oiling up 14-year-old boys like that was just not normal. I don't know why people thought that shit was. I even said it when I was a kid. I was like, why these niggas all oiled up and shit, like sweat, abs and just looking all. They were just looking extra, extra. Mm-mm. I mean, it was cute, but it was just like, this shit don't, this don't look right. Like the boy band industry is kind of gay, but it is what it is. Um, but yes, Rasputia, honey, stop outing people. It's not cute. It's not cool. It's not kosher, and I don't want to see you get hurt. Like you really hurt. Like somebody try to shoot you or kill you or something over this shit. Like a lot of people, like I said, they're very protective over their images, and maybe they don't want to face the fact that they might be a little gay. And so, girl, they'll put a hit out on you real quick. Don't do that. You find yourself getting beat the fuck up. Don't do that. Don't be like what's her name? Cat Stacks, trying to just put everybody's shit out there. You saw what happened to her, honey. She was sitting in a bar somewhere, and like Fabulous's peoples came up in there and slapped her down. Like I don't want that to be you. Like I don't want that to be your situation, your reality. So please don't do that. Don't do that, please, because I mean it's coming. If you keep this up, it's coming. So but yeah, and just don't do this to these girls out here who really love these men, and they really want to keep the fantasy going that Chris Brown and Trey Songz, that's they man, that's they honey, that's they, they don't want to know how they really get down, if they really get down like that. Nobody wants to know. Like, I mean, hell, I don't even really want to know, because I'm always kind of attracted to the straight boy. So like, I mean, I kind of like the fact that they're like my little straight boy fantasies. Like, don't do that. Like, don't ruin the fantasy for us, okay? Let it be what it is. And if they come out later in life, fine. If they don't, it's like I said, it's not our lives to live. It's their life. So, you know, live your life. Work on your career. What's left of it, if there's anything to work on, because I don't know. I mean, Omarion was the star of that group, but maybe you can come out and do something that'll shock us. I don't know, because I've heard some of your little solo stuff. Yeah, maybe you should write books. Maybe you should do, like Kevin said it in the Scorpion Show. Maybe you should do like a fantasy book where you just write like characters based on people you might know in the industry, and just let us kind of guess. Let us be like, ooh, I wonder who that was. That character was giving me Chris Brown tease, girl. Like, this whole beef between Brian McKnight and Chris Brown, I do want to get on that because, girl, okay, Brian McKnight, baby, Mr. McKnight, I tweeted you too. I tweeted you and Chris Brown. But Mr. McKnight, um, love you a bunches. I respect you as an artist. Your voice is like a big slice of velvety, red velvet cake. Like, it's like honey. Like, it's just, woo, it's just everything. But girl, stop trying to come for people. I mean, just because nobody is really receptive to that pussy song that you came out with, because that's all you're doing. It's like you're trying to deflect the fact that you're deflecting. You're deflecting the attention away from what it is. The fact is that we get it. It's hard when you're like a talented, artists with real talent, with real, what I'm saying? It's like real talented people. Although there are people in the industry who are really talented these days, but a lot of times real talent gives way to gimmicks. And, because nowadays folks are like ADD like a motherfucker. Like, you're only as good as your last hit or your last publicity stunt. Like, things are constantly going at a pace where you can easily be lost in the shuffle. You can be hot on Monday and be cold on Friday. Like, I get it. But, honey, you have an established fan base. Like, no matter what you do, Like you can still make money off of your old shit. Like you can tour today and probably sell out some arenas. Maybe not big stadiums, but you know you can sell out nice sized arenas because you know you have a catalog of music of material that's worth that people will pay to come see you. So you don't have to like look at Lauryn Hill. She's got one solo album. She has not made an album since 1998 or 9, whenever Miseducation came out, which is, by the way, one of my favorite albums. It is a legendary album. I wish Lauren had continued success, but whatever. But she's still touring off that one album. She's still overseas singing shit that she sang back in 98, 99. And she's still making bank. Look at Erica Badu. Look at Jill Scott. They have established fan base. You're the same way. You don't have to resort to these antics. Put out your little easy listening R&B stuff, and the people who love you will buy your stuff. You will do good. Like, I mean, no, you're not gonna be on Chris Brown level or on who's ever hot right now. You're not gonna be on that level because that's just not. You're a little older. They're younger, and this is what the kids want to hear. But you have an established fan base. You don't have to go resort to this. You don't have to come for Chris Brown. You don't have to come for all these people and talk about what they did wrong in their careers. That's irrelevant to you. Bring up the fact that Chris Brown got into a fight with Rihanna. That was a low blow. Okay, like you didn't have to do that. And you're hating, and like I said, you're reflecting, and you're being a hater, and it's not cute. To Chris Brown, girl, I thought Kid Fury, shout out to Kid Fury, told you best. Honey, you can't be reading all these people on Twitter. I mean, I get it. He did try you. He tried you up. He tried you like a lame in the streets. Like, he tested you. And I know, you want to just get back. But, honey, the best way to deal with haters, in my opinion, is, honey, it's like, is to let birds chirp and ducks quack, honey. Like, just let people do what they do, and don't even give them the time of day. To me, a lot of times silence is the best killer. Like, to me, silence is better than responding, because at least because it speaks volumes. It's basically saying, honey, I don't have time for you. I'm not going to even entertain what the fuck you're doing. And that's exactly how you should have treated that, because that's all. Brian Mcknight was just trying to get some attention, and honey, it's not worth it, not at all. So my thing is, like, don't do that. Just work on you, work on your career. Stop trying to come for. Even though that he came for you, but you didn't have to respond. Like, I know you probably wanted to, because it was just kind of like, what the fuck. But you didn't have to. Like, don't stoop to that level, because that's just somebody trying to get some attention, honey. He's just trying so hard to stay relevant. He'll do anything he can right now, and you don't need to get yourself involved in that. You still trying to come off of that whole Rihanna situation. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that. I did want to get on that, because I really that bugged me, between Rasputia and Brianna McKnight and Christina Brown, honey. Y'all, girl, it's like dudes are starting to feud like females like used to. Like, girls are starting to be more like girls nowadays. They only, honey, the way these girls are feuding now, honey. Like, these bitches be like, I don't got time for that shit. I'm on my paper chase. These dudes in the industry now are just really like they're catty. It's like, honey, they have more puss. It's like Puss in Boots, girl. Like, it's just puss. It's just, honey, puss and cunt. Like, these boys, these R&B boys, these rappers, they are just at each other's throats like girls over, just like girls used to do. Like, it's just like, girl, like, y'all like the Basketball Wives, honey. Y'all should get a reality show, R&B Boys of LA, R&B Boys of ATL. I mean, y'all need to get a show and just have all y'all have an array of R&B boys. Brian McKnight, Bobby Brown, Chris Brown, and all these people, and just have them all in one show, and just how they feud back and forth like a bunch of catty women. Cause that's really what it tastes like, girl. Pussy, cunty. Oof, I can't. But anyway, that's my rant. That's all I got for today. Or for now. I might do one tomorrow. I might do one next week. I don't know. It depends on how I'm feeling. Shout out to my barber, honey. He gave me a nice, a nasty, skin fade, honey, that's still dark on the top. And then he gave me the nice little cuts in the eyebrow. Yes, ma'am. Yes, God. Yes, honey. Let me do without my glasses, honey, because I'm trying to serve you face. I'm not gonna lie, honey. I am serving cheekbones for the kids, honey. I'm giving you like Native American. I got Indian in my family cheekbones, honey. But anyway, I have to go because I gotta go finish this drink and take a bath and go to the park because I said I was gonna go to the park today. It's finally looking pretty outside, and I want to kind of get outside. I'm tired of being cooped up in this house. So yeah, talk to you soon. Y'all be easy.